Anybody has seen combat like this since World War II.
Well, in March, he dropped everything to go fight in Ukraine, and now this humanitarian hero from Connecticut is selling everything he owns so he can go back there and fight full time.
Pretty remarkable what he's doing. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell spoke exclusively with the former U.S. Army sergeant. Matthew has the incredible story. Matt?
Yeah, Mark and Aaron, James Vasquez is a hero. For years as an Army sergeant, he fought for our country. And most recently, he went out on his own and spent 3 months fighting to protect Ukraine. It was violent, it was real, and he documented those moments on social media.
Wearing his trademark sunglasses, former U.S. Army Sergeant James Vasquez welcomed us into his Norwalk home for this very personal interview. The last time Vasquez saw action was in April 2004. There have been many crises in the last 18 years, but he says Ukraine hit home.
What spoke to you about Ukraine, where you said, you know, I'm so compelled that I need to just drop everything and go?
My grandmother was, my whole family on my grandmother's side was wiped out by Russians in World War II.
His grandmother survived to tell those stories.
She would literally tell me that she was running through the war, like running through the war in the fields, like, you know, while soldiers are getting shot at, hiding behind trees. And I started seeing that on TV.
The decision he made would change the course of his life.
I'm gonna go over there, I'll give these guys a couple of months of my life.
Vasquez wasn't going as a member of the U.S. Army, he was on his own. The 48-year-old Army sergeant also has a family, and he needed to run it by his wife and adult sons first.
She knows who I am, so first thing she said was, when I sat her down, she knew exactly what I was going to say. She goes, all right, just don't get killed.
Here we go. It's go time.
Vasquez paid for his own ticket, and on March 15th, he got on a flight from New York to Poland. He helped deliver hundreds of pounds of locally donated medical supplies, but his intention was to fight, and he only had this for combat.
My Kevlar, my MVGs, uniform, that's it, no weapons or anything like that.
For most of us, the 8.5-hour flight would be filled with nervous energy, but not Vasquez.
Were you nervous?
No.
No. What were you thinking about then?
I'm thinking about, you know, how the hell am I going to get to the front lines?
He was supposed to join the Foreign Legion. It's a military force made up of volunteers from other nations.
Whilst I was traveling for 2 days, didn't realize that it got bombed 2 days ago.
After getting pointed in the direction of the war and meeting a British soldier, a day and a half later, Sergeant Vasquez was in Kyiv. A testament to the chaos, Vasquez and the British soldier partnered up with a random group of Ukrainians, got armed with these guns and these missiles called javelins.
I went on night operations to, you know, take out tanks.
And he took them out.
Yeah, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4 Russian tanks taken out.
Vasquez has been documenting his battles on Twitter. The account was initially started to keep his family updated, but the Norwalk soldier is a true eyewitness to the brutality of war. From the front lines, his followers, now in the hundreds of thousands, would see videos and photos of gunfire, injuries, sleeping conditions,
I'm sleeping on the door with 2 tires,
mementos, and military vehicles stolen from the Russian enemies.
Ran the Russians out of here and started up their tank. We're going to take it.
All of this documented for the world to see.
There was no mystery behind it. It's, you know, here's the reality. Here I am. This is what I'm doing. This is real-time combat.
Now, Vasquez was in Ukraine for nearly 3 months, fighting alongside Ukrainian soldiers while also training them. He returned home in May with one goal, and that was to sell everything he owns and then return to Ukraine. We're going to have more on all of that coming up tonight at 6, including ways that you can help. For now, live here in studio, Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 News.